Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So it's been a long time already that I was out in the YouTube community. But anyway, we'll be moving on already. So for today's topic, we're going to talk about the three E's of public speaking. So these are the tips on how to be a good public speaker. So we'll be moving on. So what is the importance of why you need to be good in terms of public speaking? Basically, when we talk about public speaking, this is one of the top five skills that our employers are looking into for our candidates, for our applicants. So basically, you need to be good really as a good public speaker, not only talking to, small group of people, but at the same time engaging yourself to a large group of people. So we'll be moving on. So when we talk about public speaking, this is basically more of presenting yourself holistically. So these are perceived with more credible and influential, way of how you talk to your peers and of course your colleagues. So why are we dealing with or what is the importance of being a good public speaker? So students who try to excel in public speaking is basically more of performing better in the coursework, meaning you're good in terms of the language, so therefore you have an improved communicative activities that would help you to be a critical thinker and of course present yourself to a group of people. So let's move on. So individuals who are proficient in public speaking are more likely to take leadership if we're just talking about like classroom organization or in a certain community in a certain organization because it helps you and it's easy for you to engage yourself in a community or speaking activity and dealing with people, more of understanding them, and therefore you can communicate them comprehensively and at the same time effectively. All right, so we'll be moving on already with the core of the discussion today. So what are the three E's of public speaking? Basically the first E is about exercise. So what do you mean by exercise? uh, According to others, when we talk about exercise, it's more of you need to practice yourself speaking in English. So at the same time, practice yourself speaking to a group of people, speaking to others, so that you can become familiar, and at the same time, the anxiety that you have into yourself, of course, it will be lessened because you become familiar of how how you talk. Talking to people. So the first thing that you are having a hard time when speaking is, of course, managing yourself. You become anxious, so therefore the way on how not to be anxious, of course, is to become familiar with the activity. So the first E is exercise. Next one is about, of course, engage. What do you mean by engage? Engage means that you are since you have the practice of speaking every day or speaking to a group of people, it's easy for you to be familiarized. But of course, it's not enough that you are trying to talk to a group of people, but you need to make an engagement to people. So even if you're good speaker, good English speaker, but you don't maintain or capture the audience attention, and at the same time, you don't give a memorable or impactful message, and you're not being understood, definitely being a speaker or being a good English speaker is not enough. You need to be a good public English speaker wherein you try to connect with people on what you are talking about. All right. So next one, of course, is enunciate. So a while ago we have the practice. Being familiarized. The second one is, of course, engaging, and the last one is, of course, enunciate. Enunciate is about you try to clearly, speak what you're talking about. You try to be clear on pronouncing the words because when you try to mispronounce words and of course not really giving a distinct sound for a certain word, definitely there will be a misunderstanding on how are going to be heard by the people that you're going to be talking with. So because this ensures the audience understanding about what you're talking about. So once again, we have three E's. Of course, the exercise, practice yourself, familiarize with the use of with speaking. Second is about engaging yourself to, communicating with people, like making a connection, and of course enunciate, meaning looking and focusing on the sound so that you're gonna be clear and gonna be understood. So I would like to, of course, give you a conclusion about our the three E's of public speaking is that when we become effective public speaker when we try to require the three elements: the exercise for preparing and practice, engaging, connecting with the audience, and of course enunciating, wherein you try to articulate the message clearly and confidently. Remember, the key for communication is you need to be understood. So though it is a holistic development, I mean holistic package of how you communicate to people, but definitely it's more of making yourself confident, making yourself being understood, and of course making yourself being familiarized of what you're talking about, and of course being familiarized with the people you're gonna be talking with. All right. So I guess that would be all, everyone, and have a nice day.